Howdy, old heads. Kurt Bunny here. Just watched the Task finale. Well, I should say, I watched it an hour ago. I had to wait for the tears to dry before I recorded a video about it because, the last 20 min, waterworks.
Niagara Falls.
And if the tears are any indication, I loved it and I want to talk deets. Reasons the Task finale ruled. Number 1. Maeve got to keep the money in the end. Woohoo! God, I was so relieved when Ruffy zipped that bag back up. I was like, oh, bet she's keeping it. You know, I was worried about this dough because, like, I get where Robbie's head was at. Like, he wanted to take care of Maeve. And like Maeve said, he died for it.
But the other part of me knows that Robbie died so we could have it.
But also, it's classic Robbie because he doesn't realize that he just moved the shitstorm from over his head to over Maeve's. You know, like his heart was in the right place, but I don't know if he was thinking it through. So I'm very relieved when Jason finally bit it and all the other goons, including this dude who is typecast like a mofo, right? You see this guy's mug, you're not gonna be rooting for him.
I used to feel that way too. I mean, you find ways to rationalize it, you know?
But anyway, back to this Jason kill shot. I would have been down for Aaliyah to take him out, sharpshooter-wise, but I suppose it works better that Grasso got to do it. And while we're here, we might as well talk about it. The Grasso situation. Reasons the Task finale ruled. Number 2. Fine. Grasso's not all evil. Look, ever since the Lizzie stitch, I have been firmly on team Grasso should eat shit and die. Okay? I've been very anti-Grasso, because R.I.P. Lizzie. But then they show him with his sis, and we see how he got the money so that he could buy her a house and put their mom in a home. Fine, he's not 100% evil. Okay? Whatevs. Look, I'm still mourning Lizzie, so Grasso's never going to get out of the doghouse completely. But after he takes out Jason here, I'll admit, fine, don't eat shit and die, okay? You now have my permission to
eat shit and live, Bill.
And I love that moment at the hospital where, like, he lives, right? And he's coming to, and Ruffy's in there, and Grasso's like, hey, what about my penance? And he's like, I never do penance because people beat themselves up plenty. I think that's a good point. And you know what? I'm satisfied. If Grasso gets to live, fine, but he's going to spend the rest of his life regretting. Because R.I.P. Liz. Reasons the Task finale ruled. Number 3. Here come the waterworks. Let's talk Ruffy. I knew that after when Jason bit it, I paused the show and there were like 20 minutes left and I was like, okay, great. We're going to deal with his son in jail. It's like the rest of the show is going to be all about this statement.
We talk about this statement.
And a little bit of me was hesitant, but then, you know, like I said earlier, as soon as it started, I was feeling it.
Niagara Falls, Frankie Angel.
I loved every second of it. And I'll be honest, by the end of that speech, I was ready for the son to come home too. But I'm telling you, if he hadn't looked up, deal's off.
Ethan, look at me.
And I suppose I agree with this priest buddy who's like, you know, it'd be good for you, but not good for the kid. You cannot keep this kid. This kid's got to go up to another home. I get it, but they were so cute in the garden, like picking veggies and stuff for dinner. I don't know. But Ruffy's in a lot better place now. You see his booze cup is like a bird feeder now. That was cool. I might get into birds, by the way. Is Mark Ruffalo going to get me into bird watching? Only time will tell. But I agree the kid shouldn't stay with him, especially when his son, Kevin, comes home from jail. Then definitely not. Because look, I know they're trying with that kid. I don't know. I watch a lot of Evil Lives here. Okay? And if that show has taught me one thing, it's that sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. That kid's going to be a monster someday. But since this show is fictional, I'm going to choose to believe that Kevin is healed in prison, comes home a perfect son, and everybody lives happily ever after. Oh, and actually, you know what? Wait, one more thing about the Maeve bit. Reason the Task finale ruled. Number 1. Part 2. So we see Maeve stash the dough, right? She's hiding it under the feet or whatever. And then when Jason comes in and has her at gunpoint, we see her, she's in the chicken coop, okay? And she's pulling out bags. My first thought was, oh, she's still hiding it. She's like trying to distract him or something. But then it hits me that when she was outside putting feed in, you have access to it from inside the coop, which I think makes sense, chickens-wise. I don't know. Look, I'm not a coop expert. Okay, I've been involved with him twice. There was this scene, and then when Chris Tucker was stuck in one on Friday.
And the only person could get me out was my mom.
Anyway, it's cool. Maeve got the money. So everyone that I liked that was still alive, they got a happy ending, and I'm happy about that. One thing overall, though, about Ruffy, that's a fake gut, right? He's wearing a padded something. There's something going on to fake the idea that Mark Ruffalo has a gut, right? Because no way that's real. No way. He's probably going to be in Avengers Doomsday and stuff, so I imagine he's nothing but shredded down there. I know he's got to be hulking out at some point, so that's probably a fake belly. But still, well done. Love you, Ruffy. And I love you, Plimps. Okay, you're on this list, too, of reasons I love the finale, all right? You got your time to shine as well.
I'm gonna need you to help me put my pants on. Upstairs. Come on, you can do it with your eyes closed.